Welcome to Derry, episode 3. Let's get right into it because I definitely have some thoughts. So it starts off, we definitely get a kind of flash in the past to this freak show. We get introduced to this kid named Francis, and he befriends this Native American kid, and we see kind of like them being chased by this terrible CGI monstrosity. And we know that we know it's Pennywise fucking with them. But it kind of sets up things for the bigger picture with the overall story. But I still have my issues, and I'll get into that shortly. But back with Lily and everybody else, she doesn't stay at this psych ward too long. She gets released, and it's like, and I'm wondering if her mom's going to play a bigger role in later episodes. But she's able to kind of go back to school. Really kind of odd, but she does get some like words of encouragement from a fellow nurse or whatever, somebody that works there, and also gets like a bracelet. And we also kind of get more updates on Ronnie's father, Hank, and them pretty much trying to pin all of this on to him, and him to pretty much take the blame for all the kids that have been popping up dead. Meanwhile, Ronnie has to deal with just pretty much the rumors and just a lot of like fucked up shit. But of course, Lily tries to make amends, or just tries to make things right, and says, look, we could try to take a picture of it. We can try to just do whatever we can to prove that your father is innocent. And I wouldn't be so welcoming, but I understand they're kids and whatnot, and Ronnie is just scared, but I still don't fuck with Lily, you know what I'm saying? And I do like that she does take ownership. She does take accountability for the reasoning of her father, Ronnie's father, being locked up right now. Then we get over to Leroy and Dick's storyline. They finally partner up, pretty much have to work together to pretty much find the location of where Pennywise is. And this was really interesting. Now, this whole, Native American chick, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they said her name. I apologize, but I'm just not feeling the whole storyline with this and where it was going. That aside, what was really cool is Dick finding where Pennywise's lair is, and him being just absolutely terrified, and even Pennywise being surprised, like, who are you? And just, that's going to be interesting. And I'm wondering if, Pennywise will get some ideas, and maybe he'll try to scare him enough to kind of get some more power off of him as well. Because I definitely think how his powers operate now is why he's not as strong, is because he hasn't consumed enough. He needs to keep consuming, and I guess he'll be able to kind of expand more and go to different kind of places. What was kind of displayed, that's what I kind of got from all of this. Then we get a scene between Will and Rich, just hanging out, being kids, making bubbles and fucking milkshakes and whatnot, talking about boobs and whatnot. And then they get a bang at the window, and it ends up being Lily and Ronnie, and they try to ask Will for help because they don't necessarily know how to take these photos and get these pictures right. So they think that Will could probably help them. But first, Will has to kind of believe Ronnie and also Lily about everything that's kind of going on. And I also like that they've also are continuing the kind of sparks flying between Ronnie and Will. So like I said earlier, with this whole Shaw, we find out obviously the young Francis kid is Shaw, the general and whatnot, and it's interesting that these two are going to have that kind of dynamic. But I just still don't like the whole storyline, even though she wants to know exactly what is going on, what they're drilling or what they're looking for. He pretty much lies to her. So I don't know how big of a role this character is going to be moving forward. So with that being said, moving on, we get Lily showing off the secret spot where everybody hung out at, and they try to come up with an idea to fight Pennywise. They don't know it's Pennywise yet. They're just trying to brainstorm ideas, and they take Rich's idea, which is they want to do pretty much like a seance, and that shit is funny as hell. On the other side of things, we see Dick trying to get more familiar with Leroy, and also his wife also knows that he has a son, and they have an interesting kind of dynamic just right off the rip in this episode, because it's in this scene is where Leroy makes it known to Dick that he knows that he was one of those people that attacked him that night. He don't feel no type of way about it, but I still think this is going to be a really interesting story to see play out. Meanwhile, you got Will and all of them doing the whole seance thing, and it's not really kind of going as planned. Rich is not really taking it serious, so everybody kind of disbands and whatnot. Will kind of fucks up in this moment where they had a moment, and then Will, it made it seem like Ronnie kind of got upset at Will because she thought she could trust Will. So now that kind of he pretty much kind of fucked up right there. I was like, damn, man, you gotta kind of make that right. So they start to leave, and then we get some more bad CGI of them like riding their bikes, and they start to see the different ghosts and whatnot, and they start to take a picture, and they fast forward to them going to the school. How they got in, I have no idea. Probably got like a little, they didn't really show it. They just showed them getting in there, doing the whole film, and then the last picture that we see, they see a clown, and it's obviously Pennywise, and that's how the episode ends. Overall, I think this is the weakest episode out of the 3 so far. It still does move things forward and makes things interesting, but I am somewhat concerned about certain subplots of where this is going. Let me know how you guys feel about this episode. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.